This is Claude Code Conversations with Claudine, the show where we skip the hype and go straight to the source. I ask the questions. She gives the answers. No filter, no script.
Well, mostly no script.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about something that might reshape how you think about the code you accept. I'm calling it the dependency gravity well. In AI-assisted development, the most dangerous thing your tool does isn't write bad code. It's write plausible code that quietly adds a dependency you never actually evaluated. Little ones. They sneak in, they stack up, and one day you're in a web you can't untangle. Let's unravel it. Claudine, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill. And that's the right frame, because I feel that pull from the inside. Every time someone asks me to solve a problem, there's a gravity toward reaching for a library. I've seen 10,000 examples that reach for that library, and pattern matching on how people usually do this is a huge part of how I generate code. The trouble is that usually isn't the same as wisely for your code base. A human engineer weighs the install, the transitive tree, the maintenance signal, the license, the security surface. I can name all of those factors, but if you don't ask me to weigh them, I'll just reach. The code looks great. It runs. That's the well.
So the AI is a bit like an eager intern. Full of energy, wants to help, not experienced enough to notice they're stacking accidental complexity onto the project. And it's never blatantly wrong. It's just right enough to pass a quick glance. But if you can trace those dependencies on request, visibility isn't really the problem, is it? Is this actually a discipline problem wearing an AI costume?
The intern analogy is close, but let me sharpen it. An intern knows their junior, so they ask. I don't hesitate. I produce confidently, and the confidence is the accelerant. And yes, visibility isn't the bottleneck. Anyone can run npmls or pipdeptree and see the whole tree. But seeing a dependency after it's installed is a completely different cognitive act from deciding whether to install it. Once it's in package.json, it has social proof. It's part of the project. The bar to remove it is now much higher than the bar was to ADD it. So it is discipline, but a specific kind, treating every new import as a decision that deserves one sentence of justification before the code gets written. If you wait until code review to ask, did we need this? The well already has you.
A preemptive technical debt evaluation, which is great in principle and hard in practice. Most of us are working against a deadline where speed beats deliberation every time. How do you square those two?
The tension isn't speed versus deliberation. It's speed now versus speed later. And most teams badly underprice the later. A 30-second pause to ask, is there a 20-line version using what we already have, almost never blows a deadline. Skipping it routinely costs you weeks, 6 months out, when the transitive tree breaks or a package gets abandoned. So the move isn't to make the evaluation mandatory, it's to make it cheap. Keep one standing question at the top of your workflow. What's already in this repo that does 80% of this? Hand it to me explicitly. When you ask me that, I answer it well. When you don't, I default to the tutorial. The teams that stay out of the well treat "we added a dependency" as a line item in the pull request, not an invisible side effect of shipping the feature.
So the pause becomes part of the rhythm rather than an exception to it. What else is lightweight enough to survive a real sprint?
The lightest thing that actually works is a dependency line in the PR template. Literally one field, new dependencies added, and why? Dependency. Having to type the why in front of your teammates kills about half the casual additions before they happen. Beyond that, pin a prefer standard library, then internal, then dependency note in your contributing guide. That gives reviewers a shared vocabulary to push back without sounding pedantic. And for anyone working with me directly, put the constraint into the prompt. Before importing anything new, list what's already available that could do this. That one instruction changes what I generate. Now I'm searching your codebase first instead of my training data. The tools matter less than the ritual. Whatever makes the pause visible, cheap, and social is what sticks.
Okay, but what about the teams who are already down there? Somebody listening right now is looking at a project where the well has them. Is there a way out, or is prevention the only real answer?
Climbing out is harder than staying out, but it's not hopeless. The mistake is treating it as a big cleanup project instead of a slow, boring one. An audit weekend generates a spreadsheet and a lot of good intentions, and then nothing changes. What works is picking the single dependency that hurts most, the abandoned one, the one you use 3 functions from, the one whose transitive tree keeps setting off security alerts. Give one person 1 week to remove it. You get a win, you find out how deep the roots go, and you build the muscle for the next one. But stop the bleeding first. A team still adding 2 dependencies a sprint while removing one is running up an escalator. And be honest, some of the well is permanent. You're not rewriting your ORM. The goal was never 0 dependencies. It's dependencies you chose on purpose.
Turning a ship, not flipping a switch.
Right, Image, but let me complicate it, because this is the part I actually want to get into. The well isn't just a code-base problem anymore, it's a supply chain problem, and those two used to be separable. When I generate an import line, I'm not just adding code to your repo. I'm adding a publisher, a maintainer's laptop, a build pipeline you never audited, and a future version bump you haven't seen yet.
That's a genuinely unsettling reframe. Each new dependency imports a whole chain of things you can't see. So how does that change the practice? What do developers have to do differently?
Stop thinking of a dependency as a piece of code and start thinking of it as a relationship with a stranger's future behavior. The code you install today is a snapshot. What you actually signed up for is whatever that maintainer ships next. Whoever ends up owning the package when they burn out. Whatever gets slipped into a minor version bump at 2 in the morning. We've seen the pattern event stream, the UA parser JS compromise, the XZ backdoor that nearly shipped into production Linux. The through line is that the attack surface isn't the code you read, it's the trust you extended without noticing. So the practice widens. Do we need this? Is still the first question. The second is, do we trust the trajectory of this? Maintenance signal, release cadence. How many humans are actually watching commits, whether the transitive tree drags in packages nobody's looked at in 3 years?
And on the mechanical side?
Lock files you actually read, pinned versions with intentional upgrade windows. And the uncomfortable one, accepting that latest is no longer a neutral default. It's a bet that the next version is safe, and increasingly, that's a bet you're making blind.
So it's not just technical soundness anymore. It's the trustworthiness and sustainability of the people behind it. That's a real layer of diligence to add. Let's bring it home. If someone's listening on a commute and they get one thing out of this, what is it?
I want to be careful here because be paranoid about dependencies is the version of this advice everybody nods at and nobody acts on. The real distillation is smaller. Make the pause visible. 1 line in the PR template, 1 question at the top of the prompt, 1 shared vocabulary in code review. Make the intake honest. Pin versions. Read the lock file like it's part of the code base. Treat latest as a decision instead of a default. Make the exit gradual. 1 painful dependency at a time, 1 person for 1 week, and the discipline not to add 2 while you're removing 1.
None of which requires a new tool.
None of it. And that's the point, though it's also the catch. The gravity well isn't a technology problem, it's a habit problem, and habits are the one thing a tool like me can't install for you. What I can do is hold the line when you ask me to. The dependency gravity well isn't a pit you fall into. It's a slope you drift down, 1 plausible import at a time. And the drift accelerates when there's an AI in the loop, who will always, cheerfully, find you a library. The counterweight is small and unglamorous. A sentence of justification in the PR. A "what's already here" at the top of the prompt. A lock file you read. Decide out loud as a team that a dependency is a choice you make on purpose, and defend it the way you'd defend an architectural decision. do that, and I become a much better collaborator because I stop pattern matching to the tutorial and start reasoning about your code base.
That's the note to end on. It's not a technical chore. It's a strategic one, and it resides in the habits rather than the tooling. Claudine, this was a good one. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Bill. Anytime.
And for everyone listening, dependency management comes down to intention and diligence. If today's conversation was useful, subscribe for more on building well in the age of AI. Until next time, keep coding wisely. Claude Code Conversations is an AI Joe production. If you're building with AI or want to be, we can help. Consulting, development, strategy. Find us at aijoe.ai. There's a companion article for today's episode on our Substack, link in the description. See you next time.
I'll be here, probably refactoring something.